did A, we're going to go to B. Approve 2017 legislative priorities as developed by the Bay Area Schools Consortium.
I'd like to pull that, please.
Well, it's open for discussion. We have to get a motion.
Motion second, please.
Could I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Ms. Green
Second.
and Ms. Rogerson. Okay. Philip, go right ahead.
No, I just wanted to make sure it got a separate vote.
Oh,
Okay.
it was on discussion, and he was thinking it was on consent agenda.
I thought we were going to go through consent agenda, but I'm sorry. My mistake.
All good.
All good. Okay, call for the vote.
Record vote, please.
You got it, Ruth? Okay. Let's go to C. Approve change order number 1 to contract number 15-002 for LaPorte Junior High School project. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Wallace, second.
Second.
Ms. Rogerson. Any discussion?
What is this? I mean, I saw that we were doing something to $200,000 to a football field, but I didn't see anything beyond that.
This is a change order to increase the amount of the contract for the LaPorte Junior High project.
From what to what?
We're increasing it by
$590,000.
$583,123.
What this is, Philip, do you
What?
remember? I'm sorry, go ahead, Mike. You've got the floor.
If you remember,
Forgiveness.
one of the reasons we're having to do this is we had purchased and were storing the air handler units for the addition for the junior high. And they were caught in the fire, the result of the arson fire that we had, and we purchased new air handler units out of the contingency. So that started running us short.
That was $193,000.
Which was clearly explained in the agenda if you read it.
I did read it, Ms. Green.
Then you would
I
have seen
misread.
it.
I did say it, Ms. Green.
Then why did you say you asked him what it was?
Well,
You said, I don't know what this is.
Ms. Green, can we just stay with the task, please?
The task is either ask questions, read your agenda, you won't have these questions.
I read the agenda, Ms. Green.
You said you didn't.
I don't know what the football is, Ms. Green. Field is, Ms. Green.
Well, it doesn't surprise me that you don't know that.
Another portion of that about the football field, the $216,000 we're asking for the football field, is that football field hadn't been redone in 30 years. It's unlevel, it's not safe because it is not centered now with the fence. It's too close to the fence on one side, and it doesn't drain well. We need to redo the football field. It being unlevel, it's not safe for the kids out there to play.
So we're just going to regrade it, resod it?
Yes.
Is there going to be any sprinklers in it or anything like that?
Yeah, the spring, it's got irrigation on it now, but it's going to have to all be redone.
So the 190 is anticipated to be reimbursed for?
Yes, eventually it will. We haven't settled that contract.
And we have obviously we have a deductible up front, though. You know, I mean, and that's, and the fire, the arson, is on 3 policies. We lost a vehicle, we lost a building, and then we lost the stored materials from that we bought, you know, long lead materials that we bought for the construction project. And so this is builder's risk. And so these things would be the only things I believe that we lost with regard to builder's risk. And if you won't hold me to it, I will tell you that the deductible on builder's risk is $50,000. So I would anticipate receiving $140,000 or $143,000 back when that's settled, but not the whole $193,000.
Yeah, I just was wondering
Yes.
because I just wasn't clear whether the entire 500 was going to be a change order, or whether that was in addition to the. So we're going to run over on the original contract by about, if we get the insurance that you would say, somewhere in the neighborhood of about $300,000 on the original contract.
Well, that depends. If we take the 586, and if we take let's just say we get 140 back, so that gets me down to $445,000. we're asking that the board approve $200,000 renovation to the field, so that was not in the contract, that's an add to the contract. So if we were to pull that off, that gets us down to about $250,000. And I will remind the board that we added the neighborhood center, that when we bought the neighborhood center and annexed it to the junior high property, that the renovation at the neighborhood center and to that gym and so forth and so on was a pure add to that contract, for which we did not originally ask for any more money to do. And so, yes, are we going to be over that original contract by the time, if we approve the ball field, $450,000? I don't know what we spent. Honest to God, I don't know off the top of my head what we spent on renovation of the neighborhood center. But clearly that was added and not anticipated. We've not done anything to date that we've not delivered on time and will not deliver under budget. And these things are, the fire's beyond our control. The neighborhood center building that was bought for the special services and for the additional gym was clearly an add, and we're asking to redo the ball field. And so while it is true to say it would be over the original contract amount, it is also true to say that there's value added above the original contract amount with regard to renovating the neighborhood center and that gym, renovating the ball field, and that there's completely unanticipated costs beyond anyone's control with the arson fire. And that's really what it breaks down to.
I'm glad we're redoing the football field. I think it highly needed it, and so I'm glad to see that. I understand on the fire and all that. I'm not that it's going to matter what I do on this situation, but I still don't agree with the way we put our budgets together, and so that's another concern that I have. But I don't care to go into that at this time. But I'm glad we're doing the football field, because we use it. Neighborhood uses it quite a bit, and so it's going to add real great value to not only the junior high but the neighborhood itself and the community itself.
So I think our gym already is.
Yeah, but I'm just.
No, I agree. I'm agreeing with you, Philip. And I
It's
think
going to add
the
a
money
lot
was
of
in the gym already.
enhancements to the community, so I really appreciate that.
All right.
Any other questions?
No, but I would like to state that it's very clear in the background information, the breakdown of all the money in the agenda for what this change order was purposed for.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay, team, call the question. Let's vote.